Nestled in the Irish countryside, Leap Castle is a place that echoes with the fascinating history of Ireland and the mysterious realm of the supernatural. This ancient stronghold can be traced back to the 13th century. It was originally built by the O'Bannon clan, who were part of the Gaelic Irish nobility. It has stood for centuries, witnessing turbulent times and bearing witness to the whispers of ghosts that haunt its halls. Let us embark on a journey to explore the rich tapestry of Leap Castle's history, its unique architecture, and the supernatural phenomena that have fascinated visitors for generations. As you approach Leap Castle, you gaze out across the beautiful and vast land below. Looking around, you see the castle stands atop a rocky outcrop, commanding a strategic position over the surrounding landscape. The architecture is a mix of Gothic, Norman, and Tudor styles, giving evidence of its long history of construction and renovations. The original construction was a rudimentary wooden defensive fortress on the site. It was built in the architectural design of a tower house that was common in medieval Ireland. The castle served as a fortified residence for the lords and chieftains. As you wander about and enter the remains of the castle, you approach the entrance to the most infamous and eerie room in the castle. You hear someone whisper, The name is perfect. The word means to forget. And up ahead you see a dark and dank underground dungeon. You feel a bit dizzy as you gaze into the pit-like chamber. Fear overwhelms you as you realize that death awaits those thrown through the drop floor. Hitting the spikes erected across the floor means death comes more quickly. Missing the spikes means a slow death by starvation. Either way, you will be forgotten. Those who came before you have died here. This room must have been added during the initial construction. As you carefully back away, you hear the whispers of the 150 people whose bones were removed during the renovation. They want the story of the castle to be heard. Beginning in the 16th century, the O'Carroll clan, the powerful, fierce, and often brutal lords of Ely, renovated the castle using locally quarried stone. Those stone walls, sturdy towers, and the imposing gatehouse reflect the defensive purpose for which it was originally built. A central keep known as the Great Hall was added, and you can now see how large it is and realize it was likely used for dining, social gatherings, and many important meetings. You continue your exploration of the castle, almost passing by the priest's hall. A heavy presence causes you to pause. This seems to be a very small chapel. Suddenly, you are caught up in a vision. It's the 16th century. Catholicism is suppressed in Ireland. You quickly step aside as one of the O'Carroll clan escorts a priest right past you. He hides the priest in a tiny space and rushes away again. You hear an angry crowd approach the castle calling for the death of the priest. Thankfully, he is safe and won't be persecuted this time. The vision stops and you are back in the 21st century gazing into the priest's hall. Over the centuries, Leap Castle endured turbulent times and witnessed numerous conflicts. It became a symbol of power struggles and rivalry among Irish clans, passing through the hands of different families through inheritance, allegiances, and conquest. To survive, the castle had many defensive mechanisms, including a murder hole. You pause here and imagine hearing those intruders approaching to storm the castle. You hurry to the murder room and quickly position yourself above the hole. You call for the hot oil to be brought immediately. You check out the rocks, arrows, and other projectiles prepared for this very moment. You are even ready to shoot arrows through the hole to deter the attackers if needed. When the enemy approaches the main entrance below, crying out for the priest, you surprise the attackers by dropping your deadly items through the hole. You even shoot a couple of people with arrows. Your aim is true. You have created chaos, injuries, and discouraged any further advances, protecting your home and family and all the others. You realize that every chapter of the castle's history has added to the layers of mystery and intrigue that shroud the castle to this day. Many believe that the spirits of those who met untimely deaths within the castle, including the O'Carroll family members, still linger. Now you can add your experiences to those of other visitors who have reported hearing disembodied voices and cries echoing throughout the halls. Or is it just your imagination? The Darby family acquired Leap Castle in the 17th century when Jonathan Darby, an English soldier, married the daughter of the last O'Carroll chieftain. The Darby family also made significant renovations to the castle as it was handed down through 3 centuries. This added to its architectural significance and historical value. The castle features several stone fireplaces and chimneys, which were added during various renovations. Some of these fireplaces are decorated with carved motifs, showcasing the architectural influence of different periods. Moving on through the castle, you enter the chapel. Surely this room will be welcoming and warm. Wait, what is that? On the floor. Is that blood? How can there be blood? Here. Now. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, somebody screaming? What was that? Weeping. It's weeping. Weeping. And unsettled. Oh, what's that? What's that? Weeping and unsettled, you stagger out of the chapel to find more peaceful surroundings. One of the most famous incidents associated with Leap Castle is the Bloody Chapel event. According to legend, during the 17th century, 2 O'Carroll brothers, who were vying for control of the castle, engaged in a deadly confrontation. One of the brothers, a priest, was conducting a religious service in the castle's chapel when he was brutally attacked and killed by his sibling. It is said that his blood stained the chapel floor, giving rise to the chilling nickname Bloody Chapel. Visitors have reported hearing disembodied cries, witnessing spectral figures, and feeling a palpable sense of sorrow and unrest within the chapel's walls. Leap Castle gained notoriety in the 20th century when it came into the possession of Mildred Darby and her husband, Captain Jonathan Charles Darby. Mildred Darby dabbled in the occult, held seances in the castle, and was the author of Gothic novels. She is often associated with popularizing the stories of the castle's supposed haunted past. She claimed to have encountered various supernatural occurrences and published accounts of her experiences. Mildred's stories have contributed to Leap Castle's reputation as one of the most haunted castles in Ireland. The supernatural tales surrounding Leap Castle are as captivating as its architecture and history. The castle is infamous for the presence of an entity known as the Elemental. Described as a malevolent force, this dark apparition is said to exude a putrid odor and bring an overwhelming sense of dread to those who encounter it. Witnesses have reported sightings of a shadowy figure lurking in the corners of rooms or descending upon unsuspecting visitors with an oppressive presence. Some say that Mildred stirred up the elemental and woke it from its slumber with her occult practices and seances. Mildred Darby had moved out of the castle prior to 1922 when the castle was burned twice during the Irish Civil War. The fires gutted the castle. What was not destroyed by fire fell victim to looters and vandals. Exiting the castle, you meet a member of the Ryan family, one of the new owners of Leap Castle. He explains how they have worked to preserve the rich heritage of the castle. You thank them for opening the castle doors to you and others, allowing many to explore its storied past, and perhaps catch a glimpse of the supernatural entities that still wander within. He continues by explaining that the supernatural phenomena extend beyond specific locations within the castle. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported unexplained occurrences throughout Leap Castle. Sudden drops in temperature, eerie whispers, footsteps in empty corridors, and the feeling of being watched or touched have all been experienced by those who dare to enter. Some believe that these manifestations are echoes of the past, trapped energies lingering in the air. Others speculate that restless spirits continue to roam the castle's halls. Your new acquaintance even tells you that he has experienced many of these manifestations himself. As your visit comes to an end, you recall feeling the weight of history and the lingering presence of the supernatural as you walk through the ancient rooms and corridors, and you hear the voices whispering the stories that echo within its walls. Leap Castle stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the ghosts of its past providing a window into a world beyond the veil. It is a place where history and the supernatural converge, inviting all who visit to embark on a journey through time, myth, and the mysterious depths of the human imagination.